What if everything we thought we knew about human evolution was missing a crucial chapter? Groundbreaking fossil evidence from Spain suggests our ancient ancestors may have done something that sounds absolutely impossible. They hibernated through brutal winters like bears. And here's where it gets controversial. This discovery could completely overturn our understanding of how early humans survived in prehistoric climates. The jaw-dropping findings emerge from the Sima de los Huesos archaeological site, nestled in Atapuerca, Spain, where researchers have unearthed an astounding collection of over 1,600 ancient skeletal remains. These bones, dating back approximately 500,000 years, tell a story that challenges everything we thought we knew about human adaptability. The skeletal evidence reveals recurring patterns of chronic health issues that mirror the biological stress patterns seen in animals that enter seasonal dormancy. But here's the part most people miss. These weren't just random health problems. The bone damage appears in predictable cycles, suggesting these early human relatives deliberately spent extended periods in a state of reduced activity during the harshest months of the year. Picture this. Early hominins who lacked the luxury of controlled fire, sophisticated food preservation techniques, or adequate winter clothing, faced with the ultimate survival dilemma. Their solution? Retreat deep into cave systems and essentially power down their bodies for months at a time, similar to how modern hibernating creatures survive resource-scarce periods. While contemporary humans have completely lost this ability, the implications of hibernation being part of our evolutionary toolkit could fundamentally reshape how we view human adaptability and survival strategies in ancient times. The bone evidence tells a startling story. A collaborative research team comprising paleoanthropologists from Greece and Spain embarked on a meticulous analysis of recurring skeletal abnormalities found within the Sima de los Huesos fossil collection. Their findings paint a vivid picture of systematic physiological stress that occurred with clockwork regularity. The researchers identified a consistent constellation of bone pathologies that point directly to chronic kidney dysfunction, most likely triggered by prolonged episodes of nutritional deprivation and inadequate sunlight exposure. The skeletal evidence includes specialized medical conditions such as trabecular tunneling, osteitis fibrosa, and rachitic osteoplaques, all telltale indicators of severe vitamin D deficiency and catastrophic calcium regulation failures. What makes this discovery particularly intriguing is that these pathological changes were predominantly discovered in adolescent skeletal remains, indicating repeated interruptions in normal growth and development patterns. The research team interpreted these bone modifications as direct consequences of metabolic stress endured during extended periods of physical inactivity, most plausibly coinciding with winter seasons. The scientists reached a remarkable conclusion. This skeletal damage wasn't randomly distributed throughout the year, but appeared to follow seasonal patterns. This cyclical nature strongly suggests these ancient populations experienced annual phases of intense physiological strain that align perfectly with attempted hibernation behavior. As the researchers noted, these extinct human relatives appear to suffer annually from renal rickets, secondary hyperparathyroidism, and renal osteodystrophy, conditions directly caused by poorly adapted hibernation attempts in dark underground shelters. Caves as ancient winter sanctuaries. The strategic location of these fossil discoveries, deep within the Cueva Mayor cave network, reveals something far more sophisticated than simple weather avoidance. The systematic utilization of these underground chambers appears to represent a calculated behavioral adaptation designed specifically for surviving the most challenging seasonal periods. These cave environments provided much more than basic protection from predators or harsh weather conditions. They offered precisely the type of dark, thermally stable environments that would have enabled these early hominins to dramatically reduce their energy expenditure while simultaneously avoiding external threats. During these extended periods, their bodies would have undergone significant metabolic slowdowns similar to those observed in modern hibernating species. The fossil evidence strongly indicates that these ancient human relatives didn't use caves sporadically or opportunistically, but rather as part of a deliberate seasonal survival strategy. This behavior likely extended far beyond simple shelter seeking to include intentional activity reduction, resembling true torpor or semi-hibernation states. Considering the technological limitations of that prehistoric era, this hibernation-like behavior begins to make perfect sense. With no archaeological evidence of sophisticated clothing production or reliable food storage systems from this time period. Retreating into protective cave environments and deliberately slowing biological functions may have represented one of the few viable survival options available. The devastating price of prehistoric hibernation. Here's where this story takes a dark turn. While hibernation may have offered a temporary solution to environmental challenges, the fossil record reveals it extracted a terrible toll on these ancient populations. The extensive bone deterioration patterns, particularly pronounced in developing adolescents, demonstrate that this adaptive strategy was far from perfect. Unlike modern hibernating mammals that have evolved sophisticated biological mechanisms to efficiently manage nutrient utilization and maintain bone density during extended dormancy periods, these early hominins appear to have been woefully unprepared for the physiological demands of such behavior. The research team emphasized that these skeletal deformities represented a catastrophic breakdown in the body's ability to properly regulate essential minerals and maintain healthy bone structure during prolonged periods without adequate nutrition or vital sunlight exposure. The trade-off for surviving winter months in dark, secure underground refuges was a dramatically increased susceptibility to chronic diseases and severe developmental complications. But here's what makes this discovery truly controversial. If our ancestors really did hibernate, why did we lose this ability? Some researchers argue that the development of fire, clothing, and food storage made hibernation unnecessary, leading to its evolutionary abandonment. Others contend that the severe health consequences made it an ultimately unsuccessful adaptation that natural selection weeded out. What do you think? Could hibernation have been a crucial survival tool that helped our species survive ice ages? Or was it a dangerous evolutionary dead end that nearly killed off our ancestors? Does this discovery change how you view human adaptability? Or do you think there might be alternative explanations for these bone pathologies that researchers haven't considered yet? Share your thoughts. Do you believe humans should try to redevelop hibernation abilities for long-term space travel? Or would the health risks be too severe? This fossil evidence opens up fascinating questions about human potential that we're only beginning to explore.